Hello, everyone, and welcome to my presentation on scamming the elderly. My name is Savanah Byers, and this is my final course at FSU. The outline for today's presentation is to introduce the research topic and research questions, provide supportive arguments, discuss future implications, summarize what I have learned, and provide a conclusion. Let us start with an introduction to the research topic. Spam. The world gets frustrated with spam email littering their inboxes and find ways to avoid receiving them. According to a recent report, internet users receive on average 117 emails per day, and that 53% of such emails are spam. Thus, this paper focuses on the following: how spam email affects older adults, how to protect them from being at risk for spam attacks, and how to prevent scammers from taking advantage of them. Therefore, this paper aims to address the following research questions. What are the problems associated with spam email? What are the trends from spam emails as it pertains to the older adult community? And what features can be set in place to prevent older adults from succumbing to issues related to spam emails? This research is significant because while scamming affects everyone, the older adult community are oftentimes the ones most impacted. Their vulnerability stems from a lack of privacy knowledge, which makes them a perfect target for cybercriminals. A major fear older adults have is being taken advantage of. They become more hesitant and cautious, impacting technology's overall benefit and user accessibility. The continued growth in population and digitalization have made this research topic to be of utmost importance. Let's look at the supportive arguments. The first research question posed is, what are the problems associated with spam email? Let's talk about the 3Ds. The first D is the dangers from spam and how they are becoming increasingly harder to thwart. $5 billion. That is the estimated worldwide loss caused from cybercriminal activity. Despite security measures set in place, cybercriminal attacks are alarmingly frequent and successful. While there was a period of time where the volume of spam emails had sharply decreased to 46%, it did not stay this way for long, hitting almost 57% in 2016. The second D is the deceptiveness of the cybercriminal activity. Their intentions are far from harmless. Their end goal is to steal money from their victims through enticing and deceptive means. Cybercriminals are like wolves in sheep's clothing. What may at first seem to be a trustworthy email is actually hiding dangerous attachments which download all forms of malicious content on one's technology device. The third D is the damage cybercriminals cause. It is insurmountable and creates chaos in the digital world. There is a major variation when it comes to the daily counts of email spam attacks, ranging anywhere from 348 all the way to 149 million. Worldwide, almost 57% of the email traffic can be contributed to spam messaging. And despite efforts, cybercriminals are still annually earning over $200 million through spam emails. Now let's answer the second research question. What are trends from spam emails as it pertains to the older adult community? How are cybercriminal attacks so successful and by what means? Email is the most cost-effective method for communication at less than 1 cent per message. It is interesting to note that statistically, both older and younger adults appear to receive the same amount of spam emails regardless of their technology usage. Targeting is the user's perspectives, beliefs, and attitudes while also taking value, visibility, and accessibility into consideration. Cybercriminals use targeting as a way to take advantage of unsuspecting, vulnerable groups of people. And what more vulnerable group to target than our older adult community? As of 2016, there were 703 million older adults. By 2050, there will be over 1.5 billion. The elderly are now also spending more time on their devices at around 4 hours per day, looking up the news, finding services, and especially researching healthcare information. With increased usage in both social media and healthcare, scammers have a new outlet with more possibilities to lure victims into their traps. The fact remains that older adults are a vulnerable group of people which can be contributed to aging. Cognitive decline is one of the more consistent and concerning among the aging process, especially as it relates to making decisions. There's an important connection between their cognitive skills and how they respond and classify emails because this awareness causes them to be more cautious in making decisions. This directly impacts the time it takes to process their choice. The third and final research question is, what features can be set in place to prevent older adults from succumbing to issues related to spam? Older adults often need outside help with checking the validity of online information. Therefore, the information community should be providing them with learning opportunities to keep them informed and updated on security, risk, and prevention. Identifying older adults' attitudes, perspectives, and beliefs toward technology will enable information professionals in helping them to avoid cybercriminal attacks. It is critical to analyze how older adults interpret and respond to dangerous spam emails. Armed with the knowledge of older adult vulnerability, internet literacy should be a key focus in preventative efforts. The internet is capable of offering benefits to this community, which should encourage the government to work harder in supporting their internet access and literacy and participation in this new digital era. What does this mean for future research, and what are some implications? The implications from this research are far-reaching. The frightening fact is that all it takes is one click, one time from a seemingly innocuous link or request to compromise the device. What at first seemed like a harmless email is now a malicious threat from a scammer on the other side of the screen. It is disconcerting to realize how few studies there are that focus on this topic of older adults and cybersecurity. There is evidence to support the rapidly growing population of older adults as well as their usage of technology. Yet even with these statistics, there is still little known about their online privacy concerns and cybersecurity awareness. The challenge at hand is the lack of internet literacy older adults have in knowing how to adjust privacy settings. This puts them at a greater risk for spam attacks and ultimately makes the spam protectors of no use. The implication is a necessity for learning programs and consistent training. The focus should be on helping them to be more independent and to gain the proper knowledge in protecting their personal information. In summary, let's look at some things I've learned from this research in class. At the start of this class, I was unaware of how technology presents multiple barriers for the elderly. However, I came to realize how the rapid growth of technology has impacted not just the elderly, but the world at large. While we as the younger generation are privileged with growing up with the advanced technology, our older generation is doing their best to catch up. Instead of leaving them behind, we as information professionals should make it our purpose to come alongside and support them in their digital journey, realizing that helping them ultimately helps society as a whole. We have made it to the end of this research presentation. So in conclusion, information specialists and technology developers need to be aware of the scamming challenges older adults face and allow this awareness to motivate them in becoming more knowledgeable and thus understanding the crucial impact they have in protecting our elderly community. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation on scamming the elderly.